Welcome to my very first tutorial on how I achieved my signature top knot. Working on stretched out hair, I will section my hair into 2 equal parts. That way it will make it so much easier working with it. Starting with hydration, I use my spray bottle which contains water, vitamin E oil and tea tree oil. This pretty much helps with any dryness of my scalp. I then proceed to use a generous amount of the Naturale hair butter by Dark & Lovely, making sure I moisturize my hair strands from roots to the ends. I then seal in the moisture by adding black castor oil to my hair. Please note it is a very pricey oil, so I do apply small amounts, making sure I spread it from the roots to the tips. Last but not least, I add the Argan Oil Eco Styler Gel, applying it in small amounts so that it doesn't become clumpy in my hair. Also making sure I go as close as possible to my scalp to make sure that it's slick, and evenly distributing the gel throughout the hair. Avoiding the gel on my tips, I also do brush the hair to ensure that the gel is evenly distributed. I ended off by taking a hair tie and tying up my hair upwards so that the gel can take shape of the top knot while I move on to the front section of my hair. So then I start the process all over again, starting with my spray bottle, ensuring proper hydration in the front of my hair, mix it all in. Then I move on to adding the hair butter, making sure I am putting it in from roots to tips. Oopsies. Moving on to the oil. And then the gel. Remember, in small amounts, working my way upwards and avoiding the ends of my hair at all times. Make sure we get our edges right. And then finally brushing it all up, ensuring that the gel is distributed evenly. Then I take out the hair tie from the back, brush everything all together, and tie it all up in one, the way I want my top knot to be. I then proceed to smooth out my hair to ensure that there are no lumps and bumps, and add any extra gel anywhere that I feel may need. Once I am 100% happy with my hair, I will tie up my top knot, ensuring that it's nice and tight, not so tight that it lands up giving you a headache, but tight enough to make sure that everything is intact. And finally, I tie a satin scarf around my head to help with the drying of the gel, as well as to ensure that the hairstyle is slick. Again, do not tie the scarf super tight. You really don't want a headache. It's pretty much to help the gel set. Great, now that we are done, it is the waiting process. It normally takes an hour for the gel on my hair to dry. If I am unsure whether it's dry or not, I normally just feel the top of my head, and if the satin scarf feels damp, that means I still need to wait a little longer for it to dry. It is important that you make sure you only take off the scarf once you know it is dry. Moving on to the last part, I will be adding hair extension to my top knot. This hair extension, I bought it from a local hair salon, and I'm not pretty sure of the name brand, but I made sure that the hair extension color and texture is the same or similar to mine. I will then take the quantity I need, and using a hair tie, I will tie a loop around the middle of the extension so that it creates a loop so that I can tie it around my pony. And just like that, I will tie it around my pony. This will help it to be secure, so you don't need to worry about your extension falling off your head. I simply put the pony through and make a loop. Then once the extension is secured, I will start wrapping the strands around my bun, making sure that there are no gaps in between. There's no particular way in which I wrap them around, it's all randomly, just like I said, with no gaps. Once the hair strand is wrapped around the bun, I then tuck it in under the bun and secure it with a bobby pin. And once all that is done, the final reveal, you can take off your satin scarf and see your results. Then I'll be using a toothbrush and some gel just to lay my edges at the back and in the front. Nothing too dramatic, it's just to help complete the look. And once you're happy, you have your completed top knot look ready to take on the world. Thanks everybody for watching.